Kids are killing kids. Mothers ain't teaching daughters. Fathers don't see their sons. They always on the run. The problems we facing, we think it's all just a mystery. Gave us crack in the 80s and it destroyed our communities. These devils are laughing at us. Police, they hunt us down. You voted Obama, hoping that it would come down. Every day is a struggle. Can't see nothing but pain. So I fall on my knees and get to calling his name. Hey, the weight of the world got us looking for answers. Only thing that's around you are diseases and cancer. Political powers be on political bullshit, and all politicians be on political bullshit. Yeah. Hey, blinded by television, we can't even think. So much lead in the water, homie, we can't even drink. Hey, you moving them bricks, but you killing yourself. Cause when I look at you, homie, I see you screaming for help. Only thing that can help you is gotta be real brotherhood. Them devils use it for evil when God made it for good. This shit just ain't adding up. This shit just don't make no sense. In a brand new Mercedes-Benz and struggle to pay our rent. They say that we have freedom, be all you can be. The whole world had a problem because of a knee. Hey, salute to the general, salute to the captain, salute to the officer. Lord, making it happen. Yeah. Soldier, reformer, soldier, reformer, living in the reformer, soldier, reformer, soldier, reformer, soldier, reformer, living in the reformer, soldier, reformer, soldier, reformer, soldier, reformer, living in the reformer, soldier, reformer, soldier, reformer, soldier, reformer, living in the reformer, soldier. Living in the last days. Preaching prophet of the Lord, gotta teach this people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Yasha Allah, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west.
Most High in Christ. Hey, shalom, shalom, Yah, Baki, Yah, yeah, man, this is another episode of Unplugged from the Matrix, brought to you by Commanding General Yohana, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm Prison Officer of 1,000 Ayaz Ahab. On my right, okay, you know what? On my right, my left, we got Prison Officer of 500, Tabawanya Hawada, my right-hand man, my co-host. Today in the building, we got Priest and Captain Zana Yah, all the way in Syracuse, you know what I'm saying? Right. Priest and Captain Yagarwap, all the way in Oklahoma, you know what I mean? Right. We're going to be chopping it up. We're going to be going in on the evil going on in this kingdom, this evil society that we're living in, you know what I mean? And before we go into it, Salaki Cap, if you want, you know what I mean, go ahead and give an introduction, you know what I'm saying? Let the people know what's going on, Cap. Salakia.
Shalom, Most High in Christ, and Thawada, man. I appreciate you brothers. Always got a rocking show. always great, and mighty, and strong. Unplug the Matrix. that's a powerful topic too. Right there with the title. Yep, I'm captain of 10,000 up here in Syracuse, New York, and we're keeping it moving, man. We're keeping it moving. What's really going on and popping up here is the Lord has blessed us. We really have a good and productive, a strong and productive food drive here every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. We've been doing it consistently, man, since September. Consistently every Sunday at 3 p.m. Average is 20 families we feed. Most High in Christ, man. The Lord blessed us last week. We fed 30 families.
Good.
Most High in Christ, man. We're commanding General Yohana at hand.
That's right.
Okay, commanding General Yohana and the ISUPK. We're going to feed Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Shout out to Officer Yatazar down in New York. All right. That brother, he got to connect. We go down to New York and we get some more food. We got to connect up here to get food, but we got to make sure that we get enough and get some more food, man.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord said in Psalms, I'll just say it quickly. David was saying that I've never seen the righteous forsaken nor his seeds begging for bread. If you with the ISUPK, you know, it's something you solid. But
damn
when the ISUPK, you solidify.
That's right. Damn right.
So we going to make sure that we continue to do these works. All right, all these different things that we have going on here. Just real quick, tomorrow at 8 p.m., I got a special edition to Hidden Truth Revealed, a Halloween, the history of Halloween.
That's right.
Holism of Halloween.
That's right.
Why the adults really want to celebrate Halloween. You know, they act like it's for the kids. It's for the kids.
Nope.
You 40 years of age wearing a costume.
Right.
It ain't for the kids.
Right.
You the one with the problem. So I'm definitely gonna go into that tomorrow, 8 p.m. tomorrow night here in Syracuse.
Damn right.
All right.
Go on.
That's right. That's some powerful stuff. That's what we do in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. While your Christian pastor looking for the next child to molest, you know what I'm saying, and the next wallet to empty or old lady's purse, you know what I mean, Salakia.
That's right.
Captain, you got up if you could, you know what I mean, if you want to. Sure.
I mean, right, but you know me. Down here in the belly of the Christian beast in Oklahoma, Captain 10,000 go up. So like, what's going on then down here in Oklahoma is like we really on like it's it's the trials and everything of Julius Jones, and it's talking about the death penalty. So the Oklahoma is starting the death they got what is it? They got 6. I think they got 6 brothers.
So like I said, if I may,
yeah.
So like I said, if I may, we have Captain of 13,000 Kahan on the line.
Oh,
so like,
Shalom, the one you have Qatar.
Shalom, Yahweh. Can y'all hear me clearly?
Come on, sir.
Okay. Hey, the water for having me. I'm gonna go ahead and mute my phone and let Captain you got what finished. Like,
come on, sir. Hey, but you know, yeah. So right now, they just executed John Grant yesterday. Now look, a day before the Supreme Court, the day before, now they had a stay of execution. They announced it. Julius Jones and John Grant had a stay of execution, so they wasn't going to execute John Grant. So within like less than 12 hours, the Supreme Court comes back and they say they're going to vacate the stay, vacate the stay and look. The announcement came up at 2:00. About time 4:30. John Grant was dead.
Damn.
They put him to death, you know, and it's like, you know, what we always in ISUPK, we always come into the point. We always just bring out that what has a brother been through that drives him to the point where he committed that type of crime. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at John Grant's, I was just looking at this story, and his attorneys was like brought out like after he was dead. You know, they had brought out that this brother was he was in detention centers as a youth. And then by the time at 17 years old, he committed a robbery and got his first robbery and got locked up, and he was just in and out of prisons. Then this brother was executed. He was 60 years old. The brother spent 48 years of his life incarcerated. So as a kid, he started going into these. He was locked. They put him in. They locked him up in an adult penitentiary when he was 17. So in all these times, he was like, you know, his lawyer was going over the point that he was like being like different type. He got molested all types of ways. You know, and then he's just getting just all types of bad treatment was going to this brother. And then like in 1998, he got upset with the way his lunch tray was looking, the way the food was on the lunch tray, and he waited for the cafeteria. One of the workers that worked in the cafeteria, there was a white woman, and he killed her. He stabbed her 16 times. You know, and you know what I'm saying? But like, what the point was, you could tell like the system did this to this brother.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The oppressor. I'm saying this is what happens to our people. And the sad part about it is, it's like they drive it. Like I said, I brought this out in my class yesterday that this system of Oklahoma, I mean, it's so evil because it's driving blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to be criminals.
Right.
And then it's like when you do something, they're gonna just like when it's a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, they're gonna push it to you. They're gonna push it to you, and they're gonna give you the death penalty.
Damn right.
And see what happened. Julius Jones, he's another brother. Now, this is the biggest story is Julius Jones. Now, Julius Jones, he's been locked up for 20 years on death row. Now, he was an honor student attending Oklahoma University. Now, this Edomite white man got killed in Edmond, Oklahoma. And if you know something about Oklahoma, Edmond is upscale white people. So this Edomite white man was killed in front of his daughters, got carjacked. His Suburban got stolen. Now, Julius Jones was at home with his parents. Now, his first defense attorneys did not did not call him on the stand. They did not call his witnesses on the stand or anything. So his alibi was destroyed.
Wow.
By his defense attorneys.
Good.
You know, the ones he had at first. And then he got the better people that's representing them, you know. But those defense attorneys, I mean, come on. It was like they railroaded the brother.
Come on.
Now he's been 20 years, he's been on death row. You know, and it's like, it's terrible in this system of the way blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, what they're going through down in Oklahoma is madness, what they do to these people.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? So it's so evil. Like this story is just, I mean, man, it's like, man, it brings tears to your eyes because it's like the brother was like, his alibi is sealed. His alibi is sealed that he was not even there. And look, the brother, the person who they accused of driving the car that supposedly brought Julius Jones to the house where he killed this guy. They said, okay, yeah, he was confirmed that he was driving the car. But look, that guy, he took a plea and did like some time, and then he's out. He's been out for a long time. He's been out. He's been out of prison. So look, and so stories have come up that he talked to other inmates in the prison, laughing about it, saying he did set up Julius Jones. So really, it's like it's crazy what this brother's going through, and they got him set to go to the death penalty. He's set for death for November 18th, next month. Julius Jones, and his case is like it's been all over the news. I don't know how it's been in other states, but it's been hot. People been like protesting, like 6 million people have signed petitions trying to free Julius Jones. You know what I'm saying? Because like the brother was an honor student, and he wasn't even. And He wasn't even there at the crime. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you're black. You're an animal. You're a wild animal. And look, and I'm looking at the character of these two brothers. Now, John Grant was put to death. John Grant had mental problems. That's what his attorney brought up, said in a report that he had mental problems that he never had help for it. You know what I'm saying? And he had to have some mental problems. He went into an adult penitentiary at 17 years old. You know what this brother's been suffering and what he been through? And what, come on, man, you're going to put him on death row. Come on, he been incarcerated 48 years of his life.
Right.
He don't know nothing. I mean, he's institutionalized. He don't know nothing about but being incarcerated.
You know
what I'm saying? And then for him to commit a heinous crime like that, you know, just to murder the beast, whatever, I mean, for doing that, you know, it's like, come on, man, why did them brothers get any help? You know what I'm saying? Where's the care for the black man? I mean, come on, like, you know, man, the scripture say, man, who's going to cry for Israel?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's terrible, you know, but this goes on and on. And like I said, Oklahoma is like, this goes on in Oklahoma.
If I may,
like I said, the prison, I mean, this judicial system in Oklahoma is big business. It's big business. They get, like I said, you have the rich and the poor. There's not some things, man. We know in our kids, not something is middle class anyway, but you have the rich and the poor. You know what I'm saying? And the rich are the senators, you know, and the governors. They making all this money off these prisons, off these brothers and sisters going to prison and dying. You know what I'm saying? And just being incarcerated, period. That's money. That's money. But nobody is like, and they look another way because why? Who's dying? Who fills up the prison? It's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let us die. That's the attitude. It's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Not to cut you off, if I may, Baba Kusha, and this is the reason why we titled the podcast, the show today, you know, I mean, know the enemy. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans all over the earth. We have to know who our enemies are. We have to know who our friends, who are allies, who are enemies. You know what I'm saying? And if I could, Baba Kusha, allow Officer Tabawan quickly to run through some of the stories that we're going to go in, and then we're going to elaborate on the same story that you just brought out. Because we have the article. Any other captain wanna chime in before we run through the stories real quick? Baba Kusha?
Captain Kahan still on the line?
Salaka Cap, you still there, sir?
Khan, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Khan, sir.
Yeah. I'm a yield and go and let y'all get into the stories, and then I'm gonna chime in on the stories. That's a heavy point that Captain Yagawa brought out about these prison systems, man. Is, you know, our relationship with the justice system is transactional. It's not, you know, rehabilitation. It's no different than a transaction in this capitalist society. So it once again, this type of situation, it lies at the foot of our so-called political and religious leaders, because they have not done what Christ has prescribed, which is to stand in the gaps. You understand? If our gates were strong, instead of language, this brother would have refuge. He would have sanctuary. He would be able to dwell amongst the priests and get help. You understand? But because we don't have anybody can come in our gates and anybody can leave out of our gates, you understand, with outside the jurisdiction of this body, what happened? We become prey to the oppressor. So,
the water for that, sir. The water for by the way, the water to all the captains, you know what I'm saying, joining us today on the Unplugged from the Matrix podcast. We absolutely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying, y'all brothers, man, have laid the groundwork. Of course, you know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Commander General Yahana laid the initial groundwork, you know what I'm saying, that we stand on today in the ISUPK. So the water to the Adawanyum. So of course, Unplugged from the Matrix podcast. That's what you are listening to or watching right now. Featuring myself, Officer of 500 Tabawan, and of course my co-host, my brother, my Adawan, Officer of 1,000 Ayaza Ab.
You know what I'm saying? Today we got a lot of excellent guests on the show. The water to all of them. So I'm just gonna run down these stories we're gonna talk about today. Okay, so the first story we're gonna go into is what Captain Yagarwap was talking to, a story out of Oklahoma. John Grant, his brother, was executed yesterday. You know what I'm saying? We bringing you the news that is taking place right now. You know what I'm saying? His brother was executed yesterday. All right. Okay, and we're going to talk about that and talk about the prison systems. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, of course, to the ISUPK prison system. You know what I'm saying? Headed up by my Ottawa Captain Zakar up there where I'm from, New York. That's my brother, my Ottawa. You know what I'm saying? That prison system. Get in touch with them brothers. If you got any family members or anybody, you know what I'm saying, that's in the prison system that you want them to come into the truth, you want them to get some information, or if you want to go see them, whatever it may be, get in touch with that brother and get in touch with the ISUPK prison department. Also, we got a story. We got a story right here. A white student, took a picture of one of his black classmates and posted it online with the caption saying "slave for sale." And his he got in legal trouble, but his sentences have been reduced. Wow. He's not going to get in trouble the way that they said he was. So we're going to talk about that and talk about the unfair treatment when you deal with a black person, when you ridicule or talk down on a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. It seems like there really is no charge for that. America doesn't really know how to deal with the legal ramifications of that because America is not our rest. One of our favorite scriptures on this show. So that just shows you the difference between how they treat us and how they treat everybody else. And then this is a story that was brought out by my Ottawa Captain Azania about a Native American Indian, a so-called Native American Indian. Somebody cut his hair in the middle of a class. Cut his hair in the middle of a class. And of course, we're going to see what's going to happen to that student. Probably not much. But this is what takes place in America when you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. The scriptures say in the book of Deuteronomy, when it talks about the curses, that they're not going to have regard for the young or the old. Whether you're young, whether you're old, middle-aged, it doesn't matter. You're going to be oppressed the same way. Then we got a story out of D.C., Washington, D.C. Shout out Captain Yagarwap. I know that's your hometown. We got a story out of D.C. where the assistant police chief was told she's filing a lawsuit against the police department because she was told that if she doesn't get an abortion, she's going to be fired. I mean, damn. Last time I checked, I thought it was a woman's body, right? I thought she made a decision. I don't know what's happening here, but please, I don't want.
Don't tell me they're going against women empowerment.
Come.
So hold on. So like, they can't go against women empowerment if the woman don't want to get an abortion, like you said.
Right.
Why they changing it now? You see how?
Oh God.
That's why the truth is so important, brother. The clock about to strike 12. Salaki.
That's right. Count on one concert the water, because it's absolutely outlandish. So we're gonna talk about that, of course. Then we got, who remembers the story about Kyle Rittenhouse? Kyle Rittenhouse was, of course, a how do I say this delicately for the good folks at YouTube? He was a Caucasian male who was barely 18 years old, who, of course, murdered two people. He murdered two people during the riots that were taking place, I believe, in Washington. Was it in D.C.? Am I mistaken? I think it might have. Where was it?
I think it was in the Midwest.
Khan, sir. It was riots taking place after the George Floyd murder. Riots took place, and this young Caucasian male ended up murdering two people. Okay, right. Well, his trial. You know what happened? The judge, not the district attorney, not one of the jurors. The judge told the plaintiff that they are not allowed to call the people who died victims. They're not allowed to call them victims. They have to call them looters and things like that.
Select.
Good.
Any cap want to jump in before I say something real quick, because you know. Can't. So you're telling me that cancer. So you're telling me that a murderer, someone who murdered people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people who got murdered, whether you know what I'm saying, which I'm guessing is blacks, Latino, or Native Americans that got murdered, right?
Actually, no.
No. Right.
No.
So I'm a hold what I'm gonna say. Go ahead and continue, brother. When you read the story, then I'll elaborate some more. Salaki.
Yeah, not just it wasn't just blacks, Hispanics alone. I believe one of them might have been a brother. But nonetheless, this cat was down with the I don't even know what you would call them. You know, I don't know if you call them right wing. I don't know. He's one of those types of people. And they're now saying that whoever he killed cannot be called a victim, which is absolutely going to sway his trial. No sweat. No sweat. We're going to talk about that one. Last but not least, if we have time, Adawan, you know what I'm saying? Of course, my Adawan, Ayaza'ab, you know what I'm saying? This brother Bunyamian representing, we got a terrible, terrible story out of Jamaica. A Christian pastor who has been accused of committing human sacrifices. Did y'all hear about that?
What?
Oh, yeah.
I read the story and I try to follow up on it, Salaka, if I may. When we do the story, I'm gonna bring out some other details about that.
Yes, we're gonna talk about that one.
Talk about the real Halloween.
The real Halloween. The real. Yeah, damn right. This famous Christian pastor who had
church Michael Myers ain't got nothing on the Christian church.
Nothing on the Christian church, because again, now I heard audio of him talking to, you feel me, like talking to one of his members. I'm not gonna the trial, you know, he actually is dead. So that's what happened. He died in a car crash on his way to the damn place to get indicted and all of that with the court system. You feel me? So he's dead. But before he died in that car crash, this brother was accused of committing human sacrifices in his church. He was telling his members that, you know, some people you got to kill them and then they come back and different, all kinds of craziness. If we have time, we're going to get into that. So that's what we have for today. Again, the water to everybody for tuning in. I'm going to give it over to you, Adawan. Over 1,000 ayahs. Let's take it away and let's get into it.
Salaki Khan, Most High in Christ. One of the things that I want our viewers to do, Baba Kashab, brothers and sisters, if you could, please like, share, and subscribe to Unplugged from the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Share these podcasts. Share all our social media platform, especially when we go live. Because at the end of the day, we could be in the strip club. We could be in the back of our house or someplace smoking weed. But you know what we're doing? As brothers, as priests and prophets of the Lord, we are together. We culminate together on this social media platform and all social media platform to bring you the utter truth according to the reality that we live in inside of America and all over the earth, man. You know what I mean? So if you like the content, if you understand and you respect the work of the Most High through Commanding General Yohana and all the generals, captains, and officers, troopers, sisters, and babies, you know what I'm saying, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Come on, man. It's just, I mean, you spend more time lifting up your phone and typing nonsense. One click, that thumbs up, and then share it. That's all we ask of you. You know what I'm saying? We don't ask for no money. We're not trying to get in your pocket. We're not trying to do anything else, but please just like, share, subscribe to all our social media platforms. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget Black Watch, you know what I mean, with Commanding General Yohana, blackwatch.news. You know what I'm saying? www.blackwatch.news. Commanding General Yohana and his team has been putting out exquisite and excellent and important and valuable information for the nation of Israel. You know what I mean? Forever.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So all we ask is just support us. You know what I mean?
And if anybody, not to cut you off, but if you know somebody in the Christian church make sure you send them all the links of the ISU.
That's right.
All the social media outlets, everything ISUPK. If they in a Christian church, the brother just said it's a story of a pastor chopping up people down there in the islands. And you think you don't do that here? They do it here as well, man. Make sure you get out of that Christian church. That's if you know somebody in the Christian church. It should be dire. It should be pumping on your heart when your heart is your mind. It should be pumping on you to just get this information to them first and foremost. You don't want them to die in something wicked like that. All right. So make sure you get this information out.
Concept. And with that, can we go to the first story, Baba Kasha? John Baba Kasha?
Let's get it. And if I may, again, all the Adawanium, at any moment, y'all want to chime in, please. You know what I'm saying? Captain Kahan, Captain Ugarwa, Captain Azania, any moment y'all want to chime in, you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead. You know what I mean? And I'll stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically just going to be reading for y'all brothers, man. So here we go. So, again, this is out of Oklahoma City, where the Ottawa Captain Ugarwa, you know what I'm saying, is as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So it says Oklahoma executes death row inmate John Grant. The execution came hours after the United States Supreme Court ruled to lift a stay of execution for Oklahoma death row inmates. It says Oklahoma executed death row inmate John Grant on Thursday at the state penitentiary in McAllister. Grant was pronounced dead following a lethal injection at 4:21 p.m. The Associated Press's Sean Murphy, who witnessed the execution, said Grant's last words were a string of profanities. He then said when the first drug, midazolam, began to flow, Grant started convulsing about 24 times and vomiting. Murphy said Grant continued breathing, and somebody wiped his face. He was still breathing and convulsing, according to Murphy. At 4:15 p.m., the officials said Grant was unconscious and was pronounced dead 6 minutes later. Murphy said he has never seen an inmate vomit like this in about 14 executions. Good night. The execution was the state's first since 2015 and comes just hours after the U.S. Supreme Court lifted a stay of execution for Oklahoma death row inmates. Salakia, if I may, out of one, I'm sure somebody wants to chime in on that. That to me is just, it stands out to me.
That was, hey, so Salakia, if I could, you know, that was, you know, it's like I was bringing out earlier. It was like it's so crazy when the way they do to us, you know, the way Israel is treated. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, for this brother that have this type of life and to be just, you know, it's crazy. Now, we know that the brother, like he committed murder. He committed murder, and if you kill a white woman in prison, a cafeteria lady, something like that, then you know the brother's going to get the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's like, you know, it's all the things behind the evil behind the scenes that nobody never knows. You know, all the evil behind the scenes that all we know is John Grant. He committed a heinous murder. He's been a criminal his whole life. What 48 years of his 60 years he been incarcerated. So all we know is a crazy black man. He committed a heinous crime while he was incarcerated in prison. You know, he murdered the woman, the cafeteria woman, and he got the death penalty, and that's the end of the story. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. You know what I'm saying? But when you go into the story, I mean, you understand it, man. What in the world has this brother been through? How did this brother get this way? You know what I'm saying? So this is why our job in ISUPK, we go to and lift these brothers up.
That's right.
And get them wide. Look, get them before it comes to this point. Get them before it comes to this point. We don't want you to be on death row and then next thing you know, you get it, you can say, "Oh Lord, save me." You know what I'm saying? But it's like the evil in Oklahoma is like really like going after blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? So when you have district attorneys, now you had a district attorney, Macy. I don't have his the first name, Now this district attorney, now it says in the report, it says this district attorney Macy, I think before the one, because they got a new district attorney down in Oklahoma. So this before him, Macy, like many of his convictions have been overturned. You know, and the people and the cases were death penalty cases. Now they've been overturned. Like 1/3 of District Attorney Macy's death penalty convictions have been overturned.
Wow.
You know, due to his misconduct. You know. So then and then after that, you know, you got his misconduct, and then like most of the cases were black people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is like their report. You know, and it's like we are going through these type of things that we got everybody against us. In Julius Jones' case, they said that his team, his defense attorneys, did not call his mother, his sister and his father, who the night the crimes were committed, the death of that man that he's supposed to kill, he was sitting at home watching TV with them. They were not called to the stand at all. Julius Jones was not called to plead his own case. He was not called to the stand at all. He was railroaded. Look, his defense attorneys now are saying he was railroaded by his other team.
Wow.
You know, I mean, it's like we going through this. I mean, we are going through this. You know, it's
Salaki Adawan.
Go ahead, brother.
Salaki Adawan, are you telling me that this brother? You telling me that this brother, his own legal team, basically is the reason why he's in the situation he's in right now?
Yes.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
Salaki.
Yeah, his own legal team. You know, so this is why it's such an outcry out in Oklahoma, because you got a brother who was an honor student. He was in college in Oklahoma University. I mean, come on, you tell me he's gonna run out and carjack somebody and just kill the white guy? You know what I'm saying? But it's so evil. It's like, as long as they got somebody, if they can put a black face, the oppressor wants a revenge. You know, he wants vengeance, whether he got the wrong person. He don't care as long as it's killing the black man. You know, and if Julius Jones was an oppressor, then you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have that. Go ahead, brother.
Officer Thaba One was asking that question about, you know, his own defense team.
Yeah.
As we know, as a people, that's something that's common,
right?
Because your defense team, your lawyers hired or paid by the court, they go eat with the prosecutor,
right?
With the judge and play golf and cards and talk all day. Before the case starts, they already know what they're going to do with you. Regardless of everything that you want to bring out, the evidence, you didn't do it, you never committed a crime. This justice system is Satan's justice system.
That's right.
The most wicked justice system on the planet is ever erected in history. There is no justice. They don't understand justice. The court system is not preventive. Like Captain Kahan was bringing out about the court system. They don't care about us. They're not a preventive system. They don't care if they don't look at trying to lessen crime in America.
Right.
The court system doesn't want to do that. The police system doesn't want to do that because it's a big business.
That's
a big operation.
Damn.
They got something called preschool to prison pipeline.
Right.
Preschool to prison pipeline. They know based off of your conditions in preschool that you're going to go to prison. They know because you get free lunch, because you in the slums, in the ghettos, in the barrios that they put you in. They know that because your parents are addicted to drugs, that they put them on. They know that your father is locked up, that they locked him up innocently. Right? Or set him up. Or this whole system knows from preschool that you're going to be an inmate. And they know how to do business off of it, know how to keep their system going, because this is not about justice. Just like you were saying, Captain Yagarawa, We are the true judges on the face of the planet.
That's right.
Damn right.
About the wicked in Job chapter 9, verse 24. Cover the faces of the judges thereof.
Let me get it, sir.
Right.
Okay, go. Yeah, grab it quick.
Come on, sir.
We are the true judges on the earth, man. We are the people on the earth that could only bring preventive measures. General Muhammad has an excellent counseling program.
Damn right.
In the ISUPK. Okay,
that's it.
That help out brothers and sisters from going into prison. And the brothers that we are involved with in the prison program, they come out and they don't go back in.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We got a prison program so mighty that the brothers don't go back. You can't say that about Islam.
So
you can't say that about Christianity.
Right. Damn right.
You can't say it about these gangs. You can't say it about the conscious community or Egyptology. Your brothers go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth because they're not taught.
That's
they're
right.
Not given the true love of these scriptures of who they are, and most importantly, the title of the show: Know Thine Enemy.
That's
right. That this is
right. There you go.
You can't go to the court system knowing, thinking that they're for you. They're the enemy.
Right.
That's right.
You got it, Tabawan?
So like, if I may, real quick, Adawan, I just wanted to say what you're saying is heavy, Adawan, because as the scriptures say, you know what I'm saying, when the righteous are in rulership, you know what I'm saying, the people rejoice, but when the wicked are in rulership, the people mourn. You understand? The ISUPK is doing America's job better than America. The ISUPK is taking brothers out of the penitentiary and turning them into upstanding citizens that don't sell drugs, that don't commit murder, that don't rob, that don't steal, that don't do any of these things. You understand? But then they want to call us a hate group and want to call us a cult. Man, if anything, the ISUPK, you understand, is turning out better brothers and sisters than America ever has. Salakia, I just wanted to point that out. And I got the scripture too, Salakia.
That's heavy. Man, that is absolutely heavy. He's absolutely right. When we have our food programs across this country, matter of fact, across the continent,
damn right.
Food programs, you're feeding people who are poor. Okay, the greatest act that you can do in a system to manipulate people or to control people is to make them poor. Because when you have a poor group of people, they're going to commit crimes. Just to eat some food. Right. Like the brother was talking about. You look at these brothers' lives and where they come from. That brother couldn't eat. You got to get something to eat, man. I'm not saying that it's right, but you talk to every drug dealer say, I got to feed my family, man. Right. I feed my kids. You talk to every prostitute, every harlot, every hoe. She's saying the same thing. I got to feed these babies.
Right.
Because they know that they create a system to where they'll have the poor be the criminal. When the poor are the victims. You understand what I'm saying? We got to make sure that everybody understands that you are the victim of this enemy, the oppressor,
damn
the devil on the earth, man.
That's right.
You have an opportunity that if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American, come back to the Most High, man, and you won't be poor. You don't have to be a criminal. That's not what you're called to be. Go ahead, brother.
Get the scriptures, Tabawan.
Oh, I got it. The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
They rule this earth, man. That court system, and in the court system, you go to the court system, and it still says above the judge's head, in God we trust. In God we trust. And you sitting there crying, got your mama there, and you begging and pleading over a traffic ticket. You sitting up there sweating. You thinking you oh man, I got a CDL. They're gonna take my CDL, they're gonna take my license. I can't go to Mexico no more. I can't do nothing. They're gonna take child support. I forgot one paycheck. Oh man, you sweating and begging and pleading because he thinks he is God. They really think that they are God. And just a sidetrack, when you was reading that story, oh my goodness, man, about the lethal injection to this brother, to a human being. When David said in I think it's First Chronicles, I'll just call it out. First Chronicles chapter 21, verse 13, right? David said unto God, I am in a great strait. Let me fall now into the hand of the Lord, for very great are his mercies, but let me not fall into the hands of men. Do you hear this story, man? The brother, you said he vomited on his face and they wipe his face and he's still breathing? They don't do that to dogs.
That's right.
When they put a dog to sleep, they won't do that to a dog, man.
Exactly.
Right.
They won't do that to a pig.
Damn right.
They go on a farm and want pork sausage. They won't kill a pig that way, man.
Damn right.
These are the beasts on the earth. This is Satan in the flesh, man. That's the madness, disgusting. And it says in the law that you're not supposed to do cruel and unusual punishment. That's cruel, man. That's cruel. That is just an atrocity to have somebody. And they sat there and watched it. The journalist sat there and watched it and took notes. They said, "Oh, they went over and wiped his face." I'm sorry, Salakia. Yeah.
You too, Salakia, if I may, Baba Kusha. What you're saying is so right and righteous for bringing that out, because guess what? They're sitting and watching brother die and them executing the brother. That's entertaining for them. They feel good about it. Yes, one more nigga off the street. You have a front row seat at the death of a nigga. That's how they think. That's how they feel. That's how they are. Yeah, and if I may, Tabawan, can you grab me Luke chapter 10 and verse 19, Baba Kusha? I just want to, you know what I'm saying, show the difference, you know what I'm saying, between the Christian church, Islam, Rastafarianism, and the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Because we follow what Christ said to do. We follow the Most High. We follow the scriptures. And if our brothers and sisters know exactly how to conduct themselves, what to do and what not to do, a lot of us won't be in the conditions that we end up in. You know what I'm saying? Read that for me, Baba Kusha, if you could.
You said Luke 10 and 19?
Khan.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 10, Salakia. Make sure I get the right one. Salakia. The book of Luke, chapter 10, and verse 19. I got it. Come. Behold, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions.
Slow down. What color is that written in, brother?
I got it on my phone, but I believe it's written in red. So this is definitely Christ's words.
Absolutely written in red. This is Yahweh Shai Mashiach speaking. You understand? And what did he say? Read it from the top.
The book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions.
He give us the power to tread upon serpents and scorpions. You know what that power is? The law, statutes, and commandments. Something you will never learn in the Christian church. Something your Islam imam will never teach you. You understand what I'm saying? That's why when Tabawan said, yes, a whole bunch of these brothers in Islam, they're talking. They got the prison and so on and so forth. But when they come back, they go back. When they come back, they go back. ISUPK, the prison system, the prison program that we have, when our brothers come out, they don't go back.
That's right.
Because this is what we have given to tread upon serpents and scorpions. We know who the devil is. We know who the enemy is. We know who the oppressor is. We know what these other nations has done to us. This is why we have severed ourselves from them. Salakia, keep going, brother.
Come on. And over all the power of the enemy.
Of who?
The enemy.
Of who?
The enemy.
Listen, when we came over here as slaves on slave ships, we were sold unto our enemies. Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
That's right.
That's the first point of reference for us to know who our enemies are. And there are tons of other scriptures that have been broken down for us and taught to us by Commanding General Yohana, the generals, captains, and officers over the younger brothers and sisters and troopers and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? We know who our enemies are. And Christ is saying he has given us the power to tread on them. You know what tread means? To stamp on them. So no longer should we subscribe to Christianity. No longer should we worry about our birthday and celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and loving the oppressor and kissing everybody on the lips and kumbaya, rainbows, unicorns, and skittles.
That's it.
So, Salakia, I'm a yield. Salakia.
That's it. And Salaki, if I could, now look, I got two excerpts right here from the this is from 2015, when the reason why they had a hold on executions in Oklahoma, because in 2015 Clayton Lockett cried out in pain while he was getting executed. They gave him a lethal injection and he cried out in pain a couple of times and he didn't die right away. So they said he was suffering. It was torture. So the executions have been on hold. So this is the first time in 7 years that a man's been executed. But check this out, how much of a hypocrite the oppressor is. Because look, the Supreme Court announced, that it would not get involved in the case of Julius Jones. When Julius Jones attorneys argued that people of color in Oklahoma are likely to get the death sentence when the victim is white. So the Supreme Court backed away and said, we don't want to get involved with that because they playing the race card. We don't want to get involved with that because it's really shedding light on what's the truth. It's shedding light on the truth. Come on, the Native Indians, the Hispanics, and the black people down in Oklahoma, we're likely to get the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? If the victim is white. Killing each other, you get some years, you get life in prison. You get so long in prison that you will go crazy or die in prison. But it shows where the oppressor is such a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the Supreme Court wanted to back away from Julius Jones' case, but they come back in and they vacated the stay. The Supreme Court has the final decision. Now look, just Wednesday, I did a law class, and I was saying that because John Grant and Julius Jones had a stay of execution. So they would, but then during the day, I didn't even know. I was watching the news and they said, hey, John Grant has just been executed. I'm like, what the hell happened to the stay of execution? Right. You know what I'm saying? They tell me, look, I had all on my day. Oh, it's good. The brother's going to live. They're going to try to work something out or whatever. But they said he just died. I'm like, dang, But so the Supreme Court came in and they vacated the stay of execution and executed this brother 2 hours later after they made the decision. Come on, they made the decision at 2 o'clock. About time 4:30, he was dead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now they got Julius Jones set for death to be executed on the 18th of November next month. You know what I'm saying? Good. So he's such a hypocrite. It's like, in the laws, come on. They're set up to kill us. Go ahead, brother.
Come on, the water. So we're gonna follow this story. On the next brother, what's his name? The other brother?
It's Julius Jones.
Julius Jones. We're gonna follow this Julius Jones. I'm writing it down on my notes right now. Like, we're gonna follow this Julius Jones story all the way up, here on Unplugged from the Matrix to see what takes place. But if I may,
Salaki, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's like it's been going on for a while too. It's been going on for some years because the brother been on death row for like 20 years. And the thing is the brother doesn't even fit the character of any type of thug or nothing. He was an honor student. But that goes to show to let you know how the way they feel about us. Nobody, to the oppressor, it's no difference between John Grant and Julius Jones. Now, John Grant had a problem. I feel sorry for the brother because nobody dealt with this brother with his mental issues. You know what I'm saying? What will make him just grab the devil and stab her 16 times? Wow. You know what I'm saying? So we won't look. They don't look at us. They look at us as animals. So look, they look at us. Julius Jones, they looking at him in the same light as John Grant.
John, I want to read.
So
Salakia to cut you off, Adawan Salakia, sir. I want to just read this little part from the article that talks about what you just said. You know what I'm saying? And when y'all ready, we can go on to the next one. It says Grant's attorney, Sarah Jernigan, released the following statement after the execution. It says, John Grant took full responsibility for the murder of Gay Carter, and he spent his years on death row trying to understand and atone for his actions more than any other client I have worked with. However, this is the interesting part. However, we must not forget Oklahoma's hand in this tragic story. When John stole to feed and clothe himself and his siblings, Oklahoma labeled him a delinquent instead of a desperate and traumatized child left to fend for himself. John wasn't even a teenager yet when Oklahoma sent him to the first of several state-run youth detention facilities. Oklahoma's shame would later be the label affixed to the horrors that occurred inside the walls of those facilities during John's time there at the National Investigation. Sir.
So like a taboo one. You can drop that story for now. And if I may, Baba Gusha, what happened to Dylan Storm? Did he get the death sentence? Did he get death sentence for walking inside of that church in South Carolina and killing 9 parishioners? Did he get the death penalty?
Salakia. Just yesterday they just came out based off of that story. I think they're giving the families $88 million. I think they're giving the families of the victims of the church in South Carolina $88 million. Right? But just like you said, because the daughter of the minister of the church that was murdered, right? She said, this money means nothing because I'm getting my father back. You understand what I'm saying? She said, I know it's a good gesture. I'm paraphrasing. I know it's a good gesture, but it means nothing because I'll never get my father back. And they, said, the Storm Roof ain't got no lethal injection going, no bleach going through his bloodstream, foaming and going up and over his face. And that should be on national wide television. Since the execution was done, to watch it over and over and over and over and over again. We should watch the execution as a nation of people. I'm talking about everybody in America should watch it because that was a act and crime. So why can't we? I'm not saying that we want to, but I'm just saying that's something that should be watched. They, like you said, they still haven't executed him as yet. They still talking about him going to court. You know,
that's right.
What a coincidence! You mean to tell me that right after the stay of execution is lifted, the first person to get killed by the government is a brother? That's immediately, right. The first one after 7 years. Why am I not surprised?
So, like, Captain Khan, are you still there with us? Adawan, I don't know if you wanted to chime in real quick on this story before we get off of it.
Can you hear me?
Khan, Adawan, we could hear you, sir.
Okay, now I'm a yield into the next story.
Okay, Khan, sir.
Come.
All right, Musa and Craig. Yeah, that was it. If everybody to up with that story, we could move on to the next story. Baba Kusha.
Come.
Tabawan.
All right. So this next story is going to lead into. So it's basically 2 stories we're kind of doing here. This is going to lead into a story that Captain Azania brought to my attention. So this happened in Illinois, and not in Chicago, but in the state of Illinois. This is a story out of the Atlanta Black Star. It says white Illinois high school student who listed his black classmate as slave for sale gets off with counseling, probation, and community service. A white Illinois teenager has been disciplined nearly 2 years. So it took 2 years for him to get this. After he listed his black schoolmate as a slave for sale on the popular selling platform Craigslist. Good night.
I gotta laugh at.
Salakia. The Naperville Central High School student who has remained unnamed. Salakia. I don't know if anybody wants to chime in. Please, Adawanyan. So it's been 2 years and they still have not named him. They have not said who did it.
Whoa.
Wow.
He has remained unnamed because he is a juvenile. Was hit with please.
Salakia. I just wanted to say this because I got it in from General Kabalamov sent me the information about Dylan Storm Roof. And because the general sent it. I just want to bring it out real quick.
Sure.
He confirmed it that they did give the money to the family, and it's because the FBI failed on a background check for Dylan Storm Roof. When he went to buy the guns, they were not supposed to sell the guns to Dylan Storm Roof. But every time you go to buy a gun, you have to wait. I think in South Carolina, you got to wait until the confirmation comes back from the FBI. What happened was the FBI gave it a green light and said it's a go. Sell that Edomite them guns. He took those guns and murdered us as a people.
So it ain't got nothing to do with the fact that he murdered people. It's because they didn't do a background check.
That's correct. It was more so because of the failure of justice. Once again, the failure of their job of the FBI.
Boy.
So, Locke, the failure of bureaucracy.
Right.
The failure of bureaucracy plus democracy is what happened. And that's why it's always a breach when it comes to us getting justice. Locke.
Come. God damn.
Another one concert. That was heavy.
So Locke, I didn't mean to deter from
No. That's swab I don't want, because really if I may, sir, if I may, out of Wanyam, all of these things relate. We're absolutely talking about the lack of balance, in the justice system for us versus them. You know what I'm saying? The tipping scale it's not fair. It's not even, no matter how much they sell us the American dream and that we're all the same, we can see easily it doesn't work that way. Because right now we're reading about this student who's getting a lesser charge.
Yeah.
Because again, the scripture says that the oppressor holds themselves not guilty for everything that they did. You understand? So it don't matter how much evil they do on they're gonna support each other in the evil, and they're gonna be not guilty. They're gonna get less time, or they're gonna get probation. You know what I mean? When if you spit on the ground or you whistle at a white woman, you're gonna get murdered, like Emmett Till and tons of other brothers. You know what I'm saying? So,
Zahab, you had already said it. You've already said it. You've already said it goes back to show our leadership, or our false or fake prophets, our false prophets that should be our leadership, because our leadership pushed. Didn't they push for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris?
Come.
Didn't they say that black people was going to get something now because we got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? They really pushed for us to go out there and vote, and said we gotta still vote. We know Joe Biden ain't right. He an old white man. We know he locked up everybody and called us criminals and predators. We know he was wrong for that, but he got Kamala Harris. And since he got Kamala Harris, we all should go out and vote and vote and vote and vote. They don't have a law of anti-black hate. They don't have a law like that. They got it for Asians. They have it for the LGBTQ community.
Right.
They have it for gays. They got it for everybody else. You like Captain Yagarov said, they just found the black man, whatever black man can do, and let's get him, charge him for the crime. You see that? But when was it a high school student?
Come.
Yeah, the high school student take a picture and do all types of evil and wickedness and filled with race. And that is racism, white supremacy at its fullest.
Damn right.
Nothing happens.
That's right.
Where's our leadership?
If I could.
We gave our whole entire vote. We gave our love to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Where's our? We don't get nothing. We can't get nothing. We voted for you. You told us if we didn't vote for you, we wasn't black. So we made sure that we had to be black and voted for you. We voted for you, Hillary Clinton, this hot sauce in your bag.
Right.
We voted for you, Kamala Harris, you fake imposter.
Right.
You're Jamaican. Get out of here. Only chicken ever been only damn chicken ever been from East India, man, with the red dot. I never had no oxtail. What's she talking about?
That's right.
She was the Howard University.
So lock y'all one.
This deceptive trick. That was a trick. Oh my goodness, you done fooled us. Oh,
so lock y'all one.
I can smoke weed. I would eat. Running go. and nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Right.
Nothing. No justice. Getting no law. We don't even get
Like
no
I said, Captain Han wanted to say something.
Oh, Salaki, sir. Salaki.
No thing, man. You bringing out, all y'all brothers bringing out a heavy point, man. Like this whole thing about them putting these juveniles or whatever, putting black people on Craigslist for sale. I haven't heard anything about the whole human trafficking violation. This part, really, to be honest, I don't know. I believe this falls under that, but they're probably going to try to scrape it because it's a juvenile. But this right here just goes to show you that racism don't have an expiration date. I remember back years back, people were saying, we go out there and teach. They said, well, you know what? It's just the old people that's racist, and once they die off, we won't have to deal with racism anymore. But these are Generation Z or millennials, or what you consider post millennials.
Right.
Would be post millennials. So this right here just shows you the mindset of how we are still looked at as a commodity in America, and how you know who you can thank for this. You can thank Dr. Martin Luther King for this.
Damn right.
Because this is what we marched for. This is what we fought for. Integrate. We fought for our children to sit in the same classrooms as their children. But now we're surprised that we're being sold on Craigslist in cyberspace.
Right.
You understand? This is why I want to big up the show Unplugged from the Matrix, because we're here to unplug you.
That's right.
We're here to unplug you and reprogram you. You know what I'm saying? And give you a new database.
That's right.
You need that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You need a new hard drive.
That's a
what you
fact.
need. You know what I'm saying? You up in here, your intelligence is artificial. So we here to, you know what I'm saying, to be like the Morpheus of this thing, to bring you back home, to unplug you from this thing, man. So we want to thank I just want to thank all the members and streamers, all the brothers that's liking and sharing, and sisters that's liking and sharing the show. You understand? You doing our people a great service by doing this, because they don't want this message out. They know that right here we stand at the tip of the spear when you talk about social justice, and even coming down to speaking of school, the critical race theory. Now imagine that. They don't want critical race theory in schools, but our children are subject to this type of behavior.
Right.
You understand? Now, just imagine what would happen if someone wanted to make a purchase.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, brother.
No, so I'm so sorry to cut you off, Adawan. I just wanted to point out that actually talks about this in the article. I'm gonna say this, if I can, real fast. This quick little part, and I'll let you continue, sir. It says that the ad showed the black student in what appeared to be a cafeteria under the words "slave for sale, Naperville," with the caption "hardworking, thick N-word slave for the low." It later went viral. Classmates approached the black student, offering $1 to buy him. "I'll buy you for $1, said one student. Please, sir.
So now, not only are we talking about a precursor to human trafficking, we're also now talking about cyberbullying here. You see, like the game, the lay ground has changed when it comes to how children can bully someone, and how, especially with social media, and especially with the different outlets. These kids are far more advanced when it comes to technology, and they don't have to sit there and pick on you at the locker. They now have different avenues to find out who your mother is, your father, who you are. You know what I'm saying? So they now have, and these schools and the city council and them, they're ill-equipped to deal with this. They're ill-equipped to deal with this because they're not tech savvy, a lot of them. They don't understand what these kids, you really have to monitor these kids in cyberspace in a way. You have to, you know what I'm saying, aside from trolling and all this. So now, this is why you need a spirit of discernment. You need the prophets involved in these type of situations. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
So brother, this right here, now this same school, now if we was to go down, what was this school located at?
Illinois, Adawan.
Now we was to go, now the RSUPK was to go down to the Illinois, to this school, and say, we got a curriculum for the help curve this, dealing with critical race theory, or what you would label under the umbrella of critical race theory. They have a protest about that.
That's right.
They say, you know what, you're trying to poison the minds of the American youth.
Right.
You understand?
That's
But the race card, brothers and sisters, is the most powerful card in the deck of life.
That's
You
right.
understand? You don't leave home without it.
Damn right.
You understand? You have to arm your children. See now, but see, this is why these kids need to be trained. See now, why don't they just say, you know what? We about to have a revolution. All slaves, you know what I'm saying, are going to rebel at this time and get all the black students and say, you know what? We're going to overthrow our slave masters. Then now you can match that now. Now we can have a case study now. You understand? There's a way to go to defend yourself and to show resistance to any form of oppression. But you have to be trained properly.
That's right.
You have to know how to deal with this. You understand? So our kids right here, this is why if you have a child out there, a young boy, a young girl, it's best to enroll them into the ISUPK. Why? Because we're going to give them the curriculum on race. We specialize in race relations over here. I just wanted to say that, brother. Salaki, go ahead.
Come.
That was heavy. Salaki. That was heavy, sir. That was so heavy. And it's so crazy, sir, with the critical race theory that they're pushing and this whole madness right now, is they're creating the oppressor. The title of the show today is Know Thine Enemy. Know Thy Enemy, right? They're trying to act as if they're the victim. They're the victim. It's going to come back that this child is the victim because we're bringing up slavery and his ancestry of oppression and rape and pillage and murder. So it's hurtful to him, not hurtful to the people that you done did it to, that you done traumatized, that you still in your hand, that you still mock and ridicule and make fun of, as the scripture says, call a byword and a proverb. You call him a slave and post it on the internet. But they want to make it as if they're the victim. That's Salakia. Damn right. Good night. That goes to show that this beast is like no other.
Salakia.
Like no other beast of the field. Go ahead.
Salakia, I don't want heavy point. Captain Yagarwap, Salakia, sir. Didn't something just happen out there in Oklahoma with y'all? I don't know if it was the mayor or the governor out there where critical race theory was a big topic out there where, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you talk about that, sir?
They were saying it was unconstitutional.
Wow.
It was unconstitutional. And the thing is, because critical race theory, like I said, it would be big in Oklahoma. Because you have what? You have Tulsa, Oklahoma. You have Black Willow Street. They don't want black people to talk about that.
Wow.
You have the Trail of Tears. They don't want Native Indians, little kids, to learn about that type of stuff.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's why when it's in the scripture say when the shame shall cover them, that's what it's all about. You know? Because like they want to be liberal and say, oh yeah, we from everybody. You know what I'm saying? See, like Oklahoma, like I said, it's like it's that serpent in the garden wickedness. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, we for everybody going to get along together, but really, these evil oppressors are out to destroy us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't want you to know about their past. You know what I'm saying? So this is why the critical race theory is like, hey, wait a minute, they can't learn about the Trail of Tears.
Right.
They can't learn about Black Wall Street. You know, they shouldn't talk about that. This is why it was so sad to see. It was one of the members of people. This sister, she was talking. She was her parent, I think her great grandparents owned a theater or something, or some type of business in Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And she was talking about it like smiling, like, oh yeah, it was good, you know, but we passed that and all the type of stuff.
Oh no.
That's what they don't want us. They don't want us to look at what the evil that's been done to us. They don't want us to find out about it. They don't want us to talk about it.
Damn.
So hey, critical race theory, hey, come on now, you know, that's unconstitutional, you know, because these blacks are gonna rise up and they're gonna come against us. You know, that's what the oppressors think. You know what I'm saying? So, let's not talk about the Trail of Tears. Let's not talk about Black Wall Street. let's not talk about all the evil that's going on with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. What's doing to them down here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what like I said, man, Oklahoma, we're gonna fight to get raise up the brothers and sisters in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
They're so doing. And then, like I said, you got Edomites living up under the bridge. You got Judites living up under the bridge. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, they like this. They like together. They join together, man. It's like, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we gonna fight. To get our people out. You know what I'm saying? To just to help them wake up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so evil down there in Oklahoma. It's like like I said before, it's that serpent in the garden type of evil, type of oppressor down there. You know what I'm saying?
If I may, sir.
Go ahead, brother.
If I may, so I can cut you off. I don't want. Now, what you're saying
go ahead. No, that was it.
It's so heavy. All the Adawanyam, what you're saying is absolutely heavy. You understand? The situation is really, you know what I'm saying? Like, as the scriptures say, you're going to be cursed in the field and cursed in the city. No matter where you go, there's no way you can go to escape this. You know what I'm saying? And our people are feeling it from, all different angles, you know what I'm saying? What have you. You know what I mean? So it's absolutely crazy what's going on. But as all the Adawanyam have been saying, it's going to come a time where you got to go to the ISUPK. And you know what I'm saying? It's glorious in my sight because guess what? You're not, when I was in college, I took a critical race theory course. You know what I'm saying? And it never occurred to me that it would be a hot button issue like this. I never even thought about it. But now it is what it is. And now there's going to come a time real soon where if you want to know Black history, we always since 1969 been teaching that the Bible is Black history, that the ISUPK teaches Black history. And what did they do? They laughed at us. They spit at us. They said we were just a bunch of crazy niggas on the corner. Well, guess what? Now, the only Black history you're going to be able to find is in the ISUPK and the community.
That's right. That's right.
Salakia.
Hey, Salakia, hey, look, check this out. They said it's unconstitutional that Blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians learn about the Trail of Tears. It's unconstitutional that we learn about Black Wall Street. It's unconstitutional to learn about the hate they have for us. It's unconstitutional. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these people are evil. I mean, come on, man. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
I mean,
right.
That's what it is.
Damn right.
And they can go ahead. They can go ahead and take out the books. They can go ahead and take out the curriculum. They can stop the courses. They can do all that. Let them do it. Let them do it. You know why? Because the Most High erected up a great power structure on this earth that represents Him. The Most High God, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, Jesus Christ, the King, He dwells in the ISUPK.
Damn right.
That's right.
We got the records.
That's right.
The records. Like Captain Khan said, like the brothers have been saying. Send the babies here now. Go ahead. Cancel it. Let them cancel it. They Hitler. They got mad at Hitler for burning the books. Then they got mad at Hitler for burning the books.
Hey,
y'all got mad at him. Now you want to burn the books in America. Go ahead and burn them because you're the same as Adolf Hitler. But this time, it's the real Jews. And we got the records in our ISU.
That's right.
We'll go ahead and teach all the babies. We'll teach all the teenagers. We'll teach all the college age students. And Lord allow, man, you see how intelligent and sharp Captain Kahuntham Yard is. Woo, right. They give all the HBCUs to Captain Kahan. Give all the HBCUs to Captain Kahan. We'll run those too. And everything.
Damn right.
Hey, go ahead, Alwan.
If I may, and that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? In that we are the home of the truth, and we say it with our chest out, our head up, because you know what? We actually live according to the law, statutes, and commandments of God.
That's right.
And according to Joel chapter 1 and verse 8, you know what I'm saying? We keep the laws in our mind. We meditate on it day and night, and we do according to what is written. You understand? So y'all can get rid of what y'all get rid of, but inside of this is Isaiah personally. Inside of my head, I have everything that was taught to me. You know what I'm saying? By the men above me. Everything. And it's not going to go away. It's not going to diminish. None of that. You know why? Because I'm not going to subscribe to a decaying society. which is America, Salakia.
That's right.
That's right. If I could, can you hear me out?
Canada one cancer.
Brother, that's because you got that mark, you got that seal in your head, like the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? Mark them. You understand? That sigh and cry. You got that seal on you, brother. That's what the Lord says.
Damn right.
Damn right. Most High in Christ. That was it for me. I wanna
if we can, Adewanyum, I want to kind of go into the next story, which relates to this, man. This is a story out of upstate New York. You know what I'm saying? Where the Ottawan, you know what I'm saying, presides over out there in Syracuse, man. We got a story. So like, let me pull it up on my phone right here.
Which one is it? I got all the stories right here. So just let me know which one. I put it up on the screen.
Come on. It's the one that says Salakia.
The Atlanta Black Star?
No. It says Syracuse.com. Syracuse.com.
I got you, brother.
Yeah, when a CNY student. Come, I want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a very crazy thing. And this goes, we again, the ISUPK, man. We live by Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1, if I may, Adewanyum.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Which says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. This show and all of our shows, you know what I'm saying? We talk about the problems facing all blacks, all Hispanics, and all Native Indians. And this is a story up in upstate New York, man, in Syracuse. I remember I drove up there one time. Good night, Ottawa. I've never been so cold in my life, ever. I drove from Queens, New York. Please, Ottawa.
If I may, Baba Kashab, before I came to North Carolina, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I lived in Schenectady. If you know, Schenectady is close to Amsterdam and Troy and Albany and Buffalo. Right. So you're talking about cold. I know what cold is, and I'm
listen. It's not colder than the white man heart, man.
That's all right. Damn
it ain't cold as his heart. Right. You understand what I'm saying? It's cold, but it ain't as cold as your heart. That's a cold thing right there. It's a lot.
Damn, you right, Ottawa. You right, but I remember I was thinking going from Queens. I'm like, yo, like. I thought upstate was New York, so like, it's different. So like, but let's get into this story because this is real heavy, and it goes with what we just talked about. It says when a CNY kid forcibly cuts a Native American student's hair, it's a teaching moment for his school district. Lafayette, New York, on Thursday afternoon, Aquaho Patterson, an 8th grader, was sitting in his technology class at Lafayette Senior High School working with scissors to help build a model bridge. All of a sudden, Aquawo, 12 years old, turned around and saw his friend. I wish they should have put quotes, but they won't because they're the devil. Saw his friend clutching a fistful of Aquaco's hair in one hand and scissors in the other. The student, in a moment of impulsiveness, had forcibly cut Aquaho's hair. Aquaho was mortified. He texted his mother immediately, setting off a chain of events that reached the top of the school district and prompted a call for better cultural understanding. Good night. Now, again, I'm not sure if this other student, they don't mention, let me see. Did they mention the other students' grades?
Can I say one thing, my brother?
Please, Ottawa.
Can y'all hear me clearly?
Loud and clear.
You know what's so crazy? How they try to change the narrative. Like they say, it's a cultural learning lesson. Listen to the coded language that they use when our children are oppressed, when our children are ridiculed. You understand? This how you know this is not education. This is more like indoctrination. It has nothing to do with education. You understand? They're indoctrinating our children, and they have no defense. You need an oversight of racial studies in these schools. Salakia, go ahead.
Come, sir.
No, Captain Huckahan, you right on, sir. I'm up here right where it took place. Lafayette is actually this is the heavy point about it, sir. The reservation up here, the Onondagas, Onondagas, people of the hills, right? Gadite tribe sits right between Syracuse and Lafayette, right? And what they did was, because of, the push of assimilation, that the Gadites have to assimilate into American culture. They have to go to the school Lafayette. Like, they're raised and they go to their elementary school on their reservation, but then they have to go to the junior high school and the high school with the Edomites down there in the suburbs, in the country and all that. Okay. So while he's there, like you said, sir, they're trying to hype it up as if, now we have to learn about Native American history when the reservation sits there right next to the damn school.
Right.
Damn right.
Like they don't know that they forced these people on this reservation. Like, this is something new. Like, cutting the hair of a Gadite is something new. They've been doing that for 400, 500 years. All right, where they sculpt the Gadites. I had a sister here come right here to the school here in Syracuse from the Onondaga Nation. She's from the Onondaga Nation, and she came out and brought out how it's always been us against them. There's always been that conflict of them wanting us to assimilate. And she talked about how her father and her whole entire family used to have to go to those special schools where they would break the savage, kill the savage, save the Indian, kill the Indian, save the man, right? Where they would force, where they done found all them dead bodies up there in Canada, and they found them over there out in Washington recently. So, and she was telling us about how her family went to those schools and everything, and try to break their culture and take away their culture, and how important it is for them to have their hair. If you read in the article, I can just save you a little bit, Father One. In the article, it talks about how the boy was growing up and he was going to these schools in Lafayette around these Europeans, and they would pick on him about his hair. Right? They continued to ask, "Do you want us to cut your hair?" Because they saying he looked like a girl. And everybody else got their hair short, and he had the long Gadite braid in the back. And when he was young, they cut it because he was so hurt at 6 years of age. So he would start growing it again and again and again. And they asked him again, because every day he would talk about him getting picked on, having long hair. And they asked him again, and he said, "No, I'd rather keep my hair." So that's why he was so shocked. And this boy that cut his hair, the white boy that cut his hair, was quote unquote his friend. Been to his house. He's been to his house. He's done seen his family. His family met him and fed him over and he in the Gadite house eating food and spending the night over there. All of that. So that's why it says in the article, he turned around and was shocked that he would take the scissors and cut his hair. You understand what I'm saying? Just a force.
That is so heavy.
This is white privilege, white supremacy at its finest.
Damn.
Nothing happened in this article. Like, when you read it, nothing happened to him because the family of the Gadites went ahead and said, "Oh, it's a learning moment now. The Gadites got to be the soft. Oh, we're so sorry. We're sorry. Okay, it's all right. He's just a child too." But I guarantee that 12-year-old Edomite boy going to grow up. He's going to be a mass murderer.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because they have in their mind this white privilege of doing anything they want. They can touch your child, beat your child, hit your child, cut their hair off of the child. Nothing happens. We got to be the ones that march and come up with these diversity training classes and let's implement all these things, the kumbaya and hold hands together, instead of us going back to separate it, man. Let's go and Most High in Christ. We working with the Gadites here in ISUPK Syracuse. We gonna build together. Let's separate from them.
Damn right.
Our own school.
Damn right.
We start our own school.
Right.
My sons got long hair too, and they Judites. You understand what I'm saying? So it is part of our culture and our customs. So let's do that. Salaka, one. You wanted to say
Salaka, if I may, Baba Kasha, real quick, and it's to why you say that, Adawan, because guess what? One of the things that I have recognized personally, even when I work on my slavery, you know what I'm saying, is that a lot of Edomites will come up to me and say, why don't you groom yourself? So I'll be asking these old ladies, like, groom myself for what? Like, what am I grooming myself for? You know what I'm saying? I like how I look. You know what I mean? No. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just saying, like, you look at this guy over here. You see how he got his thing? I said, that's him. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't be rude to them because, you know what I'm saying, part of the slave is you got to be cordial with these devils and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But for a devil to cut our brother's hair, you know what I mean? He deserved the death penalty. Salakia.
Kaboom! That's right.
Kaboom! Got it. Come on, give me a sound effect, Adawan. Salakia, sir.
If I could. Already.
Come on, sir. Go ahead, sir.
No, if I could, what y'all saying is so heavy, man. Like when Azania said something that stuck out to me about that story he told, where he said that they said, well, you look like a girl. Now that right there, that triggered me in a way, because now if he would have said, now follow me on this now.
That's you're right.
He would have said, hold on, you know where I'm about to go with this.
I know you did, Cap.
You know where I'm about to go. They better stop playing with the UPK. If he would have said, I identify as a girl, and they would have cut his hair, it would be deemed a hate crime. What I'm trying to tell you.
Damn right.
You understand? You got to understand oppression. Like this right here, this just goes to show you that you have to now become a double and triple minority just to receive rights.
Right.
From America. Like you now have to say, nah, I'm a man and this is part of my culture. No, you have, in order to get protection, you have to say, I identify as a girl. And then now the LGBTQI mafia. So something has to be cut. Either they're gonna cut your hair or they're gonna cut your balls off. You understand? See, this is how oppression works. This is why we have coined the term systematic oppression. You hear all these scholars talking about systematic oppression. Understand they learned it from the UPK since 1969. The Bible says oppression make a wise man mad.
That's right.
You have to be wise to understand oppression, brothers and sisters.
Damn,
this is why this show Unplugged, we are unplugging you from the matrix. We are reprogramming you. You understand? We cleaning your motherboard. You understand? We giving you something new. You understand? You need to be reprogrammed, brothers and sisters. You understand? I just wanted to point that out. You know I had to go there. Salat.
You did it. Because when the story dropped, that's the first thing that I brought out about the LGBTQ and how they got all these rights. And you know who did it, sir? You've already said it. You know who did it? Title IX. Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King in the civil rights movement pushed way and made way for Title IX to go into effect. So if you identify as LGBTQ or a woman, specifically white women, they took the Title IX and took it to another height and another level to push it through legislation. Now, because of Title IX, sir, there was a story that just came out in the school. A 9th grader identified as gender fluid and wore a skirt to school, went into the girls' bathroom and was raping girls in the 9th grade girls' bathroom. Because he identifies as the LGBT gender fluid, wearing the skirt, and now the school system is all crazy and they don't know what to do. And the superintendent said this and he didn't do this and do all this madness because of our false leaders. They rather, like you said, sir, you gotta be a double, triple minority now to receive some type of justice and rights. I heard a story from my brother who used to be a gangbanger, who grew up in foster care, said he was a criminal at a young age, gangbanging, doing all types of wild things. And he said, when I turned 13, 14, 15 years of age, I identified as bisexual. Do you know all the people started wanting to adopt me then? Now I'm starting getting all these benefits. Now I'm going to all these programs. Now they put me back in school, and I'm getting the education now. Now they with me. And he said, I saw it. And I saw it.
Crazy.
And I said, when I was just a regular black kid, gang banging, nobody wanted to help. Nobody wanted to stop me. Nobody wanted to support me. But as soon as I identified as a bisexual, then I get all the support and all that. You brought it out. You're absolutely right. And this is the daughter of Babylon, and we are at high noon now. Now, Republican, Bougie, Sadiddy, and all this stuff. Poor, educated. You got a choice to make now. Ain't no sitting on the fence. Ain't no just going along to get along. Ain't none of that now. You better pick a side, man. It's either you going to burn with Babylon or you going to join with the side, and that's the ISUPK. Ain't no other
Damn right.
Damn right. Damn right.
Damn right.
And if I may, look, it's like Zephaniah 2:1. You know, gather yourselves together, O nation that desire.
Right.
Because now it's like we finding out that we are the nation that desire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's coming together in the ISUPK and Commander Junior Hunter because we are separating from everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's like you can't be a part of anybody else. You know what I'm saying? You got to be with your people.
Right.
Because if you're not with the Most High in the ISUPK, you are against the Most High.
Damn right. Damn
you
right.
are against the Most High because, like I said, as a people, we don't know who we are. So now it's like the whole Israelite movement been going on for some years now. Now, like people like say, and the Lord said He gonna pour His Spirit out. So what's happening is people catching on. They looking at it like, damn, you know, them niggas ain't not crazy.
Right.
That's right.
They not making some sense. Now I can get. Wait a minute now.
Yeah,
They didn't say that. Everything we've been touching on for all these years. Now all these prophecies are being fulfilled.
Right.
Now they're saying, oh, wait a minute now. Wait. Hey, I heard this before. Then it's hitting them that, hey, I heard that from them crazy Negroes on the corner. They said,
that's right.
You know, they are telling the truth. They do know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing right now, being in the truth right now.
Damn
being
right.
in the under Commander Junior High, it's a beautiful thing because right now we seeing all the prophecies being fulfilled. All the things it's things together. We talk together like before camp. We come up before camp. We be talking just brotherly talking like this and that stuff like that. Is like I'm seeing things like that being fulfilled right now. You know, and it's like it's amazing. This like man, this like boy, and you see the the sins and the wickedness of Christianity. They got our people blind that we can't even see that simple stuff. Like, you know, I'm just watching the show last night, you know, I'm Cross the Line Radio, I'm watching that, and I'm just like if the scriptures are saying Christ is saying about his Father, it's telling you that Christ and the Most High are not one.
Right.
Are not the same entity. So how in the world can you say that Christ is God? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like now it's like everybody's like it's a beautiful thing to see. People are getting unplugged.
Damn
People
right.
are getting unplugged. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, they're getting unplugged because it's the ISUPK is the only sense that's being made. The only thing that's making you think like, wait a minute, this is crazy and outrageous. Then you come back to, hey, wait a minute, the ISUPK been talking about that for years. I've been hearing them say this for years, and now everything's being fulfilled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So man, it's like, man, it's a beautiful thing to seeing the Most High work and seeing this wicked kingdom fall. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Captain
Kahan of 13,000 wanted to say something, sir. So go ahead.
Yes, like if I could, I remember what you said. What you saying is so heavy, you God walk, Captain, because I remember seeing that transition. I remember going out to camp and hearing people say, you know, y'all crazy, y'all Negroes crazy, and we ain't listening to nothing you saying. But as time went on, as the general told us, continue to be patient, and we just kept going out to camp. And then I noticed a change in the conversation. It went from, well, y'all, everything y'all saying is crazy. So, well, you know what? I agree with some of the stuff y'all saying, but not all the stuff. And then it went from, well, you know what? Just change your approach. What you saying is right. Just change. And listen. And by the time we got to George Floyd, it was like, look, what we got to do? We ready to do something. Like you see the transition, how God see the Holy Spirit. You can't cancel the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, you give it enough time, it's gonna wear on you. You can't overpower the Holy Spirit. You understand? And see, that's what had. That's why they said spoke against Christ and the disciples. They said, if we leave these men alone, all men will believe on them.
That's right.
That's what they said. They said all men will believe. If we let these men alone, go ahead, bro.
Baba Kusha, not to cut you off. Tell me one, get that scripture for Captain Kahan, Baba Kusha, real quick.
Kahan. If we let these men alone.
Yeah, I'm right. Like that's why what one of the brothers said about choosing, man. We come into a crossroads, and as far as our culture, you understand. We make no mistake about it. This is spiritual warfare, and that goes into the cultural war we dealing with. That a war that we didn't start, I might add, but it's a war nonetheless. That we must defend our culture, and our culture is tied to the law, statutes, and commandments. That's right. Like cancel culture been in effect. These nations have been trying to cancel our culture, which is our birthright, for years. But now they're doing it through other fabricated minority groups. You understand? Right. Other different type of vain philosophies and doctrines. They're hiding behind. The greater the evil, the greater the deception. And that's why this radio show, Unplugged from the Matrix, is what you need. You need it in your life. If you out there in cyberspace listening, man, shout out to all the memers and streamers out there that support the UPK. We love you. You know we riding with you. You understand? Go ahead, my brother. You get the scripture.
Count the book of John, chapter 11 and verse 48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
You understand? That's what they understand. See, Christ had you look at social media right now. People talk about where I got a lot of followers. Where Christ had followers too. But Christ had followers, and then he had followers. If you know what I mean.
Right.
The Pharisees and Sadducees were subscribed to Christ's channel. They was watching everything he could do, and they were the algorithms of his time to try to censor him. They didn't listen to learn; they listened to censor him.
That's right.
You understand? Which is why he spoke in parables. You understand? So we in this matrix, and we have to navigate through these different algorithms. But the truth is like a two-edged sword. It cut going in and it cut going out, man. You understand? So praise be to the Most High in Christ. And shout out to Commanding General Yana, who's at the helm of this nation who follows Christ. You understand? This is why these radio shows are very important, man. Big up to you, brother, for having this show, Zahab. Go ahead. Salak.
Salak.
That's heavy. And Salakia Cap, just real quick, the sisters is listening now too. I just wanted to say that. Black women.
Oh yeah.
I remember, sir. I wasn't in the DC trenches with you or the Philly.
You was there, but you was there. You was there though. You was still
sir, God. This is not for me to boast and brag on myself. Glory goes to the Most High in Christ. I took my officer's test in Times Square when Commanding General I had the whole post, sit down and take my test, whole post again, sit back down, take the rest of the test.
Nice.
And so I know what you're talking about. When everybody said this thing was crazy and that's what brought me to the truth. I said, them some crazy niggas. I gotta give them the Bible. I gotta give them Jesus. What is these crazy niggas? And I'm sitting here watching like a follower, like you said, a follower sitting here to see what I can get what angle I can get to take at these Black Hebrew Israelites. I'm looking at the fake camps, this camp, that camp. I got to the ISUPK. I said, "Ooh, that General Mayak made the Jewish boy cry." Oh my goodness, what is this? So my husband made the little girl say, "Oh yeah, but what are you gonna do?" And he broke it down. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Damn right.
Good. Videos, and I'm studying, and then when I get into it, and then I see it, like you said, slowly and progress. Last week I was in Harlem, speaking in Harlem, Most High in Christ, under Captain Cesario down there in Harlem, and I'm speaking in Harlem, and the sisters. Black women are stopping on a Saturday afternoon in Harlem, New York. Now, you're going to get a black woman to stop from shopping to here, and it's the word of the Most High. That's going to show and prove that this word goes out and it does not go out void.
That's a miracle.
Damn right. And if I could say one more thing, adding on what you said about these sisters, man. I remember too coming in. And before this whole, you got a lot of people on YouTube now that's in what they call the quote unquote manosphere and how to correct black women and all that. I remember before all that, it was only one voice on the street saying, and still is only one voice, correcting the black woman. And I remember the outrage that they had against us. I remember when Commander Junior Hunter told the black woman to shut her mouth. It was like time stopped. You mentioned Times Square. It's like everybody it's like pause, like, oh my goodness. He's saying what to a black woman? But now you see the transition. You see sisters coming in here getting degrees, making all kind of accomplishments, having careers and doing different things and being a mother to their children and being a wife to their husband. Why? Because they have gotten baptized by the Holy Spirit. You understand? They have gotten reformed. They took that correction. And praise be to the Most High in Christ and the water to Commander Junior Hunter, because it took us to be ridiculed and hated. You understand? It's a lot worse. It was a lot worse then. I mean, we still get it now, but now the tide is changing now. You understand? The conversations and the narrative now is kind of changing, and which is why we have to continue to be defenders of the faith, man. Continue. Do not drop your sword, brothers and sisters. You understand? We right at the door of this thing, man. There's a power struggle in this earth right now. You understand? And we are at the tip of the spear. Salaki.
That's right.
Most High in Christ.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Most High in Christ.
Ooh-wee. Salaki, you ready for the next one, sir?
Let's do it.
Salaki. So with that being said, we're gonna go to this next article. So let me just scroll up here. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? What the Adawanyim said, you know what I'm saying, about this last story out of the you know what I'm saying, Syracuse, upstate New York area. Very heavy. Shows you that America has not changed. You know what I'm saying? Concepts of a manifest destiny, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to civilize the savage has been pervasive in this land from its inception. It's never going to change. It's never going to change.
If I may, just to stick to the topic of the podcast, if we don't know who our enemies are, we're going to assimilate. We're going to love, hugs and kisses. And these are the different types of things that's going to happen to us. I don't see that happening to any one of our brothers and sisters and babies inside of the UPK.
That's right.
We had a glorious Passover in Houston, Texas. Woo. We have another glorious one coming up. You know what I mean? We had tons of cookouts. I ain't seen none of that happening. You know why? Because the Lord is with us, according to Captain Khan. You know what I'm saying? And all your brothers who brought out the absolute dynamic truth according to the scriptures, man. Salaki.
Damn right. Most High in Christ. So Salaki, if I may, Adawanyim, we have another story. Now, this is a story coming up out of DC. You know what I'm saying? The District of Columbia, as the Adawanyim just said, DC, you know what I'm saying, is very central to the history of the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? It has a very important place to our history. So we're gonna talk about this one. This one is real heavy, Adawanyim. I know y'all gonna really go crazy on this one. It says DC Assistant Police Chief says she was told to have an abortion or be fired. Good night.
Wow.
It says the assistant police chief in Washington, D.C. Of course, this is from NBC News. It says the assistant police chief in Washington, D.C., one of 10 black women who filed a class action lawsuit last month against the city alleging widespread discrimination, said this week, Salakia, that as a cadet, she was told she had to get an abortion to keep her job. This is a quote. My choice to have a baby was personal, and it should have been mine alone and not for an employer ultimatum, Chanel Dickerson said Tuesday at a community meeting. I was told I had to have an abortion or be fired from the MPD cadet program. She said she was 18 at the time. Damn. You want to get the sister's picture up there? I don't want if you can.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. So like I don't want him. If you want to chime in, you know what I'm saying, and I'm trying to get the picture up of the sister.
Hey, if I may, you know, it's crazy because it's like coming out coming out of high school, a whole lot of brothers start going to the police department, becoming police officers. You know, a lot of brothers, you know, so like as the years went on, you'll see a brother in uniform, and then like, you know, maybe you'll see him doing something like driving a bus. You know, and then you say, man, you know, so I had this brother I was working out with this brother because I was doing like personal training. So I was training this brother. So but he honestly, and I asked him, I said, I remember you used to be a policeman, and he was just saying that, I had to get out of it though. I had to get out of it because it was just, you know, it's so corrupt. It's so corrupt. He said, so corrupt. He says it's corrupt. He said, and then once you get somewhere, you will notice that you just locking up your own people.
Wow.
You know, you locking up your own people. You just like, you know, so it's like you can't win. You can't win, you know, being a police officer. You know what I'm saying? In DC, because like it said, it's like, who are the criminals in DC? You know what I'm saying? Who are they? They're blacks and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be arresting your own people. And when you try to climb, like this sister right here, you trying to go to the top, they're gonna find a way to stop you. They're gonna find a way to stop you. And then like this is like, I can see there are so many sisters trying to be DC cops, and they run into what this sister ran into. And look, this sister right here, she's not the only one. Trust me, she's not the only one.
Come on. It said there's 10 of them. There's 10 different black women who are following.
Goodness. You know, see, and this type of thing going on. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, you're a slave anyway. That's what it is. You slave. You're just know. Man, go ahead, brother.
I'm looking at the article now. So does it say that she had the child?
It doesn't say, sir. It says it's unclear what happened afterward. So we're not sure whether or not she actually had the child or not.
Hey, Salak, if I may.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about this story. This sister didn't have the child. She committed abortion, and she regrets the fact that she committed an abortion, and now she can't have children. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, the oppressor knows how to seduce and destroy all women. You know what I mean? And all people generally. You know what I mean? So she, because of her career, she wanted to pursue a career in law enforcement and stuff like that. So she had a choice, a decision to make. Is either you keep that child and then re-enroll into the academy and they might not accept you, or you stay and you get rid of the child and become a police. You know what I'm saying? And that's the route she took. And thank to the Christian church for that, Salakia.
Wow.
It's because of the Christian church. Because of Christianity. It's because of, you know what I mean, Bubblehead, Al Sharpton, and Jesse.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Damn right, brother.
It's because of them that our sister had to commit an abortion, and right now, whatever age she is, she dreads it. She dreads that she made that decision, and she now cannot have kids. You understand what I'm saying? So it's out there now in the media, in people, in the public. But guess what? Guess what? The Christian pastor will tell you, you know what I mean? Thou art loose. It's your body. You can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? God damn the Christian church. Whoa!
That's right. If I may, sir, what you're saying is heavy, Adawan, because again, showing as the Adawanian, all the, you know what I'm saying, captains, you know what I'm saying, and you as well, officer of 1,000 but all of y'all have been saying throughout this show is the importance. This is not a joke. This is not a test. You understand? The ISUPK is absolutely essential to the survival of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Period. Point blank. It's not even close. If this sister had been in our school, if she had been in the ISUPK and Commander General Johanna, you know what? She would have gotten counsel. She would have gotten counsel, and counsel would have told her, sis, to hell with that goddamn job. To hell with that police academy. To hell with being a cadet. You know what I'm saying? You do not kill that child. You do not murder that child. We'll make sure that you're all right. We'll make sure that you're tawab. You'll be fine. Your bills will be paid. Everything will be taken care of if it needs to be taken care of. But under no circumstance do you sin against the Most High. You understand? And this is why more and more as we're going forward, like the Adawanian have said, the ISUPK is going to be needed. And people are going to see it, man. They're going to stop calling 911. They're going to stop calling 911. And they're going to be calling the ISUPK, man. Salakia.
Khan. Salakia, Adawanian. I think that's really about it for that particular story. I don't know if anybody want to say anything or touch on this particular story.
If I can say one thing, brother, it's so heavy, man. Once again, this changes the conversation about women empowerment. Some women wish they didn't have the right to choose. Some women wish that they're just too much of a burden. You understand? They need guidance. You understand? This woman here is at the top. She's the chief of police, in DC. You understand? She's able. Really, the decisions she makes governs the city, and how the city is policed. But she can't govern her own body.
Woo!
Good night.
Do you understand the microcosm of this spiritual warfare we're fighting?
That's right.
You understand? We need. This is why you need a hierarchy. People always say all the time, well, I don't want to answer to anyone. I can do what I want to do. You need a hierarchy. You need someone that's accountable for you. And this is why, I heard this sister didn't even tell her husband about this. She held this back for years. So she was in a more committed relationship with her career than her own husband.
Wow.
Good.
And being that we coming up on Halloween, this just goes to show you how quick an American dream can turn into a nightmare.
Damn right, sir. Damn right.
Like, this just goes to show you.
Damn right.
You want to argue with us? Well, here's the proof. We don't work for the Associated Press. We didn't make these stories up, but they're in front of us.
Right.
So now once again, this changes the diatribe that we have now about women empowerment, because this woman was stripped of her motherhood. They gave her a career. Satan gave her a career.
Right.
In exchange, she took her motherhood.
That's it.
So why don't you turn to God? God, you never gonna outdo the Most High.
Damn
you understand? His majesty, his orders always stand. His judgment always stands in the end. You understand? Let this story be an example for many other sisters, because your first career is being a mother.
That's right.
Your first career is to your nation. That's your first career. You understand? See, we here to reprioritize your whole spectrum of how you look at things. This is why this show is called Unplugged from the Matrix. We're here to unplug you once again. You need to be detached from these people. You understand? Because there is a virus that's in this system that has contaminated us.
Yes.
You understand? We need a new program, and the Lord is here to upload it.
Damn. Hey, Salakia.
That was heavy. Go ahead, Taba One.
If I may, Adawan, Salakia, I hate have to do this because this is just so Tawab and so excellent. But
what
unfortunately,
happened?
no, I gotta head out, Adawan. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Like I was telling you before, I gotta head out. But man, it's been just an excellent experience being on here with all y'all Adawanyim. I'm just y'all my idols, not like idols like idolatry, Salakia. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all the men that I look up to in this truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And every day I aspire, you know what I'm saying, to even accomplish half the things that y'all Adawanyim, y'all brothers have done. You know what I'm saying? So the water for allowing me to just, you know what I'm saying, to be on here with y'all, you know what I'm saying, and do this, man, under command of General Hana, the ISU.
The water to you, brother. The water, if I could, the water to you, brother. You an inspiration to other brothers. You understand? And your brother, if I could, brothers like you encourage me to go even harder. It's a lot.
The water, sir. The water out of one. Hey, man, y'all out of one. Y'all rock it out, man. I know y'all got it all hemmed up. Y'all gonna do y'all thing. Hey, the water to every single one of y'all. The water out of one to Officer 1,000 Ayaz man, for creating this channel. You know what I'm saying? And allowing me to be the brother that holds it down with you every week. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Captain Nayathak gave us the word that we got to do this thing and be consistent, and you've done all of that out of one. So the water to you, sir. You know what I'm saying? So shalom, Yahweh Hashem al Shabarakatha.
Hey, Salakia, it's another. I'm have to cut out too because I got to go to therapy. You know.
Okay, count on one count.
I got to cut out too.
Hey, Salaki, before you
I got an appointment at 1:45.
Okay, count. It's Salaki, before you cut out. What I think we should do right now is just, you know what I mean, get the final words from my other ones, you know what I mean, Captain Kahan, and then we go down, you know what I'm saying, the chain of command, and then we'll clip it. I'll run a couple of tunes, you know what I mean, and then close out the show, because it's been an excellent show, you know what I mean, to water to all my other ones, you know what I mean, who came in here, you know what I mean, Captain Kahan, Captain Azanaya, Salakia in Syracuse, Captain Yigarawap, who's always, every week, you know what I mean, he tries his best to be here. And last week he told us, I'm going to share this with y'all. He said this, every time I call him and he can't make it, he feels sick. He feel like, oh my God, I'm letting my brothers down. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no sweat, sir, you know what I mean? We're going to hold it down in your stead, you know what I mean, when you're not here. You know what I mean? That's the brotherhood. That's the charity. That's the love that we have for each other. You know what I mean? You can't find nowhere else but in the ISUPK and the Command and General Yana.
That's right.
So Captain Kahan, if you want to, you know what I mean, give us your last statements before we close out the show, Baba Kasha, and then take it down the line.
Damn right. I just want to say, man, the water for y'all brothers having me on the show. I really appreciate it. It was a pleasure being on the show with y'all, man, rocking it out, man. UPK, we not number one, we the only one. You understand? You better believe that. We stand behind that. You understand? That was it, my brother. Water.
Ayanaba, sir, to water for you, sir, as well, for gracing us with your presence. We know you're busy doing a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, listen. The mission to what's his name? Acuna Salakia. You know what I mean? I can't stop talking to my rib about it. You know what I'm saying? And she'll be like, listen, you know, since I'm 2015, you've been telling me about the ISUPK, and now I really see what this brother's been doing and what these brothers are doing and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. So I'm like, hey, what you want me to say? You know what I mean? And she's been in the truth, you know what I mean, for the past 2 years, solid and all that stuff, because of excellent truth. You know what I mean? That my Adawanyam have been doing and have been teaching me, you know what I mean, how to be as a brother, you know what I mean, as an Israelite, as a priest and prophet, because when that oil was poured on my head by Captain Nayatak and Officer Yahawada, yo, I can't go back from doing this. You know what I mean? I can't go back from doing it. You know what I mean? And so to water Captain Kahan, you know what I mean? Captain Azania, you got anything you wanna drop on us before we close out the show, sir?
I do, but I'll let Captain Yugarwap go before me because I think he got a role.
Okay, kind of.
Okay, hey, throw out a cap. Hey, you know, it's like you know, hey, with Captain Kahan, you know, we always go way, and Captain Azania, we always go way back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like those brothers, like, man, been very instrumental, you know, to my growth in the truth. You know, just watching them, you know. So it's like, man, you know, every time, you know, we're brothers. Like the DC camp was like, you know, like was really so many brothers that was been in, like experienced brothers. So I just had to watch brothers when I came in. When I was a trooper, I just had to watch brothers like Captain Kahan, you know, and the brothers like Captain Mashak, Captain Nighthawk, and all them brothers. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's an honor to be in it, to be chosen, to be up in here, you know, and just see, and then to bring out in the stories, the stuff, you know, and the knowledge that the Most High gives to this school, you know. So it's like, this is the truth. This is the home of the truth. You know what I'm saying? So the water to everybody, man. You know, everybody tuning in. And the water to y'all brothers, man. You know, and it's good to see my brothers, Captain Kahan and Captain Azania. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, one thing I got to say about Captain Azania. Captain Azania gave me this vest years ago, and I thought I was just giving. I thought he was just wanted me to design it for him, and he said no. No, I gave that to you, you know. So I said, okay, I go ahead, man. I'm gonna make this up. This is gonna be a hot vest, man. So I said, man, he gave it to me. So what I did, that became one of my best vests, man. You know, that's the one I got. Right. 2 and 1 on the back. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I got it. I said, the brother gave it to me, man. I got it. Just make it fly. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
you know, man. Hey, to water to all the brothers, man. You know, and bro to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely gotta get out of here, though. You know. And, you know, man, the honor to be up in here, and I'll see y'all next week, you know. Shalom, you have a shabbat like a thumb.
The Most High in Christ. Sir, Captain Azania.
Yeah, Khan, Most High in Christ. You know, it's marvelous to be a captain, a servant under commanding General Yohana, a man that held on and kept what was given to him by the 7 heads in the ISUPK, who was taught to him in the 80s, and he just kept it going, man. When everything else around him broke down, he kept hold of his sword, he kept hold of the fire and that flame, and he just kept it rocking. And, you know, grateful to him for that, man. And Yahweh Shai for continuously showing that the ISUPK is the home of the truth. Brothers and sisters, man, if you're listening, please send this information out to all your loved ones, to everybody, you yourself. Get fully locked in. Get fully acclimated and locked in. You know, don't teeter-totter, don't be halfway. You know, the Most High speaks about being lukewarm and he'll spit you out. So be hot for this truth and let the truth get inside of you. You understand what I'm saying? Don't come into the truth, you know, thinking, oh, I want to come into the truth to be a millionaire, or I want to come into the truth to get this, and that. That's not the objective. Be sincere up in here, man. And you will truly be blessed by the Most High, man. Okay,
damn right.
In this sisterhood, and I thank everybody, man. Once again, Kawada to Captain Kahantam Yad. Like I said, man, I've been watching Captain, man, for a long time, and I greatly appreciate his diligence, his work, his intelligence. You know, that dedication, his scholarship. You know, I greatly appreciate it. You know, and I greatly appreciate brothers like you, Zahab, doing these shows, you know, locking in and sharing it, and your graphics, your sound effects, everything shows that we are taking whatever the Most High gives us and we presenting it back to him, and we're multiplying it. The ISUPK is about multiplying it, not hiding what the Lord gives to us, but taking it and multiplying it. So make sure y'all stay locked in, and I greatly appreciate everybody. The water for having me on the show today. This is Captain Azania, Captain of 10,000. Shalom, everybody. Shalom. Yahbashim Asharakfa.
Yahbashim Asharakfa. Damn right, sir. To water, sir. Hey, I'm about to clip it. I'm gonna play some songs. Captain Khan, I mean, you have the last word. You know what I mean?
Hey, brother, like I said, once again, I just want to thank you, brother, for having me on, and the rest of the captains. It's always a pleasure. Man, you're doing a great work out there, man. This show, I'm sure it's reaching a lot of brothers and sisters, man. You're unplugging a lot of brothers and sisters out here, man. So let's keep marching on to glory. You understand? Marching on to victory, because we only got bigger and better things coming. You understand? So this is where we sign up. This is how we repair our nation, man. So big shout out to you, brother. Hell of a broadcast.
Canada one concert. To water, sir, for your presence. To water for all the knowledge and everything you have given to us today. You know what I mean? As always, you know what I mean? As Captain Azana has said, man, and Captain Igarwap, I look up to my other ones, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes when my spirit get down, I be at the slave and I just pull up a video, you know what I mean, put my AirPods on, and I be smiling and cheesing all over the place, and people wonder what's going on with me, but I don't really give a fuck. I'm still lacking for my language. You know what I mean? Still lacking, sir. Yeah, you know what I mean? And sometimes, you know what I mean, I call Captain 9 Attack and he tell me, hey, Salaki, brother, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Just watch a class. I take my hat off, whatever, watch a video, put the phone down, got my earbuds on, walking around the premises, go outside the building. You know what I mean? And that gets me through all the evil, the trials and tribulations that Satan wants to put inside of my head. You know what I mean? So to water to your brothers, you know what I mean? All the generals, captains, officers, you know what I mean, above me, you know what I mean, troopers, sisters, babies, yeah, man, Salakia. It's the wild.
Damn right, brother. Damn right.
Khan. I'm gonna run this tune right here. I don't know if you all know this brother. This brother name is Officer Zion out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. You know what I mean? Babylon is falling.
Yeah, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. To rise no more. Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. To rise no more. To rise no more. Falling, to rise no more. I'm taking a look in the streets. It's really every day what I see. We constantly searching for peace. My people just want to be free. We tired of the cell blocks and the bullshit. That lying nigga in the pulpit. Same shit, but a different day. I speak truth, they ain't come to play. You in the way, better move, nigga. That follow no way gon' be cruel, nigga. Say you're gonna get that too, nigga. Matter of fact, get you by two, nigga. You see the sign that's a clue to you? That's gonna run from up under you. Shit is gonna fall, yeah, I promise you. Make up your mind what you gonna do. You heard it? Now listen. Your life, my business. You are my brother. We need each other. This truth, I live it. I will defend it. You are my brother. You are my brother. Babylon is falling. To rise no more. Babylon is falling. To rise no more. Falling, to rise no more. Falling, rise no more.